Hello, students. Good morning to all, and welcome in the series of the college review session. And today I'm with very renowned college alumni, that is Utsav Sanghvi. Hello, Utsav. How are you?
Hey, hi, Rakhi. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? Good morning.
I'm good too. I'm good too. So thank you. So Utsav is from IIM Bangalore. Batch was 2019 and 21. He was appeared in 2018, CAT 2018, and secured 95 percentile. And in he did CA with all India rank at inter and final level. So, Utsav, you are the alumni of the IIM Bangalore. It's a very renowned institute. So today we are not like we would not talk about the IIM Bangalore placement scenario because everyone is aware about this. Ki what is the placement scenario and what is the life at IIM Bangalore. So ये कोई question ही नहीं है कि what is the life at IIM Bangalore. So basically, I would like to ask you what is the अगर मैं पूछूं एक स्टूडेंट को लाइक क्या करना होगा आई एम बैंगलुरु में जाने के लिए आई नो ही और शी हैज टू डू द हार्ड वर्क बट उसके साथ साथ लाइक व्हाट इज द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस इन आई एम बैंगलुरु एंड अलोंग विद दैट कुड यू प्लीज ब्रीफ अस अबाउट योर लाइक जॉब प्रोफाइल
Sure, sure. So I think let me take it up one by one. So let me give my intro. Let me start with my intro. So hi everyone. My name is Utsav Sanghvi. Um, I have graduated recently from IIM Bangalore in 2021. So around 1.5 years, 2 years back. And before that, I completed my chartered accountancy. I scored all India ranks both at CA IPCC, that is inter, and CA final levels. And I worked with institutions like EY, KPMG, ITC before MBA. And after MBA, I worked with companies like Deutsche Bank in their Singapore office. I worked with a venture capital fund called Venture Highway. And currently, I'm working as a management consultant at Arthur D. Little. Now, in Arthur D. Little, my role as a management consultant is, helping the companies to devise their strategies for the future. So we closely work with the CXOs to identify what issues they are facing, what problems that they are encountering because of macro and microeconomic changes, and how ADL can help them achieve their stated objectives to meet the stakeholder requirements. Right. So we not only help them with the strategy part, but we also closely participate with them, in order to implement those strategies and see through those period through which they pass through these turbulent periods in order to achieve their goals. Right. So it's a process that is not 2 3 months process, but it takes a period of time gradually to see changes in their business and achieve their stated objectives.
okay Utsav, like you cleared the IIM Bangalore interview process. So, could you please tell us
Mhm.
what is the interview process and what is the selection process in IIM Bangalore? And for the different, like if I say for the academic diversity, how many percentile can vary?
Sure, sure. To give, to start with, you said that, you'll not talk about placement. So I would like to point out here to the students is that, no matter what B school or which B school you go into, right? First thing is, people generally, students look at it as a placement factory. But in my sense, it's the opposite, right? It is where you learn a lot. In fact, lots of students come with a frame of mind that they want to get placed from this place. It's a placement factory, but then they realize over a point of time that they have missed a lot of good learnings while at B school. So in my thought process, I believe that B school is a place where you get a lot to learn, where you get a lot of peers will help you with lots of things, and you can build lasting relationships for a longer period of time. In my sense, if you do that, then placement is just a byproduct of all these relationships and learnings that you have done during those 2 years. So the focus should be on getting into the right B school, which gives you right learning and people of diverse backgrounds with whom you can maintain long lasting relationships, right? So talking about the criteria and also it keeps on changing, right? But what I have seen over the years is that the focus is very much on the personality of a person. So if you see, some time back, they used to focus on your 10th results, 12th results, your graduation, XYZ things, right? So the focus was more on how good you are academically. But now when I see the criteria changing over last 2 3 years or 5 years, I can see that the more focus is not only placed on academics but also how you are as a person, how you present yourself, what is your personality. So if you see the weighted of personal interview has increased drastically from my time. So my time it was somewhere closer to 25%, but now it is 35%. That itself shows that how they are concerned about the quality of people, the appearance or the uh, aura of the people they want in their institution, right? They don't want people who continuously are bookworms who study but are not a personality who can talk for 5 minutes, right? They want someone who can have a diverse personality, not only are good at academics but also talk a lot about what's happening around the world. They are a all-round personality, right? So that is what they are looking for. In my sense, if I talk about my interview selection process, I had, since lots of you would have prepared and would be preparing right now, right? Lots of people generally focus on their resume, what they have done in their life, in their work ex, how they have done about going about their acads and all. But in my interview the process was very much different, right? They never asked me about my work ex. They didn't even focus about my academic diversity or academic background. What their focus was on my general opinion on things happening around the world, right? So to give you an example, they asked me that if you are from Gujarat, there is free education for women in Gujarat, right? And you being a man, do you think that there is a bias there, and the government is only allowing women free education and not men, right? So basically this kind of questions brings your opinion forth, right? What kind of person you are, what do you think about women, what do you think about government's decisions and all. So if you are able to present your views thoughtfully and with full confidence that this is why you believe that this is your opinion, that is what they look for. There is no right or wrong answer in interviews, right? They just look for the right conclusion supported by facts and your own opinion. So my sense is that the selection criteria, as it has changed over time, you should more focus. Right now, the focus should be on developing your personality as an individual who can talk, who knows a lot of things happening around the world. Not only your CV, right? You should know everything that is happening around the world. So this is my thought process, Raki.
Okay. So, Utsav, you shared your interview experience. So,
Mhm,
one more thing, because you only gave the interview of IIM Bangalore, even though you got the call from IIM LKI.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
like, were you confident कि okay, I'll appear only in the IIM Bangalore interview and I'll converted it. Like, जो वो confidence था, what it is actually?
Sure, sure. So, on the back of my mind, so everyone has their own, criteria to choose colleges, right? So at that point of time where I was in my career stage, I was very, clear. And this is very necessary for each and every student, right? You should have a clarity that, okay, I want to go into only IIM ABC, right? I don't want to go into K or L, no matter what. Even if you get an addition into that, you are very certain that I want only ABC. And if I want that, I'll get. So that is the clarity of thought that you should have in your mind, right? Uh, the one thing that I want to point out here is that when I got a call from IIM Bangalore, uh, I was confident that yeah, if I've got a call, I can crack the interview, right? So every student should have this confidence that if you have got a call, that means that the college thinks that there is something in you that is why you have got a call, right? So your focus should be more now on the other aspects which is under your control. And what should be under your control would be your next steps, right? Your personal interview, your vet process, right? So my sense is if you focus on those things, that would be more effective rather than focusing on where you have more chances or not. So clarity of thought is very necessary, and every student should ideally not settle for something lesser than what he thinks he could achieve, even if that means that you need to prepare again for cat and appear again. but never settle for something that you think is lesser than your caliber. That is my the advice to the students.
Yes, because many times students are confused कि ठीक है
Mhm.
ये वाले interview, even though I saw कि many of the students secure 90-95 percentile and they fill the form, even though 80-85 percentile वाले colleges वो fill करते हैं, like they filled around
Mhm.
20-25 colleges कि नहीं सारे interview देंगे, then we will secure the admission
Mhm.
and all these things. Okay, so Utsav, like because I am Bangalore में वी नो कि क्या है, बट फिर भी मैं आपसे पूछना चाह रही हूँ ऐसा क्या है जो उसको
Mhm.
आई एम बेंगलुरु बनाता है, यू गट माई पॉइंट, यू गट माई क्वेश्चन.
Yeah. That's a very interesting question. I think जो differentiating factor है जो मुझे लगता है, right, which I think is when I talk about other IIMs, in fact A and C as well, because I have friends there. So A Bangalore is a place where you will find a right mix of people who are good at academics as well as people who are good at other things, right? यहाँ पे क्राउड क्या है कि जनरली डाइवर्स होता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्क एक्स, बिकॉज इफ यू सी ए और सी, वहां पे वर्क एक्स कम वाले लोग हैं, यू सी लॉट्स ऑफ फ्रेशर्स एंड ऑल. But in Bangalore you will find people who have work ex of more than 5 years as well, right? 5 साल वाले भी around 15-20% of the batch is more than 5 years of work ex, right? और एवरेज वर्क एक समवेयर अराउंड 30 months या 32 months रहता है, एज कम्पेयर टू IIM A और C वेयर इट इज अराउंड 20-22%,
हाँ
20
एग्जैक्टली.
और 22 months, सॉरी. सो यहाँ पे क्या है, यू विल फाइंड पीपल हु हैव वर्क एक्स. सो वन थिंग इज द competition, people are not that competitive but collaborative, right? If you see A, people are very competitive, right? People just compete with each other very hard. But in Bangalore, you will find people who collaborate with each other because they worked previously. They know that collaboration, teamwork is more essential than competing among themselves, right? So the learning part is very fast because तुम किसी से भी fast learning कर सकते हो because they are not competing with you, right? The second thing is, as work X is more, the people would be more understanding. They understand your situation. Generally क्या होता है कि generally कुछ कुछ times पे impulse decisions ले लेते हैं students. But when you have people who have lots of work X and you can talk to them, you can be their friends, they actually help you out with the situation. तो वहाँ पे तुम्हारा impulse decision making कम हो जाता है, especially during very pressure situation within the campus, right? Your exams or maybe placement times or something, right? तो ये सब चीजें मुझे लगती है कि जो डिफरेंशिएट करता है IIM बैंगलोर को IIM अहमदाबाद या कैलकाटा से.
Okay, so I think now student can like get the clarity कि उनको IIM अहमदाबाद choose करना है या बैंगलोर या कलकत्ता. वैसे there is no comparison among these three colleges, but still. Yes, Utsav, actually I want to know opinion from your side. Actually nowadays IIM is starting a IPM program. Do you have idea? I hope, ना? So what do you think
IIP
on
IPM,
IPMET?
okay.
I है ना IPM program for the integrated MBA. So in your
अच्छा, integrated,
है ना
okay, got it.
integrated MBA. So in your opinion, it should be beneficial for the student after the 12th just joining a IIM and doing the BBA plus MBA integrated degree. So or rather than doing this, it should be like from other background BSc, BCA, BTech and then MBA. So in your opinion, what should be the preferable?
Sure. I think if IIMs are starting such program, it is very much tempting, right, for students to join this kind of programs because वहाँ पे you get 5 years to spend in IIM, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
But my sense is, if there are such programs, then मेरे हिसाब से before doing an MBA, see, management is not the only thing. Management is the last thing that you learn during your academic process, right? पहले तो तुमको you need to have some technical background, maybe in commerce stream or science stream, right? First, you need to you need to understand your potential. Manager is not a person who is only a manager. A manager is a person who knows things and then he knows how to manage things, right? अगर तुम डायरेक्टली BBA और MBA कर रहे हो, that means that you don't have any technical knowledge, right? So for example, a person who has done BTech and then doing MBA, he has knowledge about technical fields. Or for example, someone who has done a Bachelor of Commerce or say CA, he knows a lot about financial system, how things work, right? About how businesses operate. And then he gets into MBA is a different story. But if you don't have technical knowledge, it is very difficult to absorb things which are taking place in those 2 years of MBA, right? बिकॉज अगर आपका कोई टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड है या कोई फाइनेंशियल बैकग्राउंड है, तो आपके लिए वो कॉन्सेप्ट समझना, वो अंडरस्टैंड करना, बिजनेस सेंस लाना इज easier as compared to a person who has only learned management in 5 years, right? So my sense is there are three layers to the education system, right? The first layer is when you do your schooling, right? That is your first layer when you're done with your schooling. The second layer is your technical aspect. That is a specialization. So that should be the second step. And the third step is management, because आप जब भी start करोगे career, you are not going to manage people, right? You are at the entry level. You will execute things. You will learn. You will interact with people. At the shop floor, learn lots of things. Over a period of 3-5 years, you will grow into a manager. So management is an important skill, but not the only skill to run business, right? You need to have technical skills, which are the basic things to understand and learn business, to run business, right? So in my sense, I would urge students to, go for whatever specialization they think they are interested in and get to understand their potential. And then they can again come back to B school and do their MBA. And then, they can start, working as a management consultant or whatever they want in their life, right?
Because I also think it's the same line, because 5 years into just in a single college with same type of the peers, same type of the
People,
like
yeah.
friends, तो इट्स वेरी हार्ड। क्योंकि बीटेक भी अगर हम लोग करते हैं जैसे, तो 4 years इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग बिकॉज वी नो कि ठीक है, आफ्टर आफ्टर 4 years वी हैव टू क्लियर जस्ट कोई कोई एग्जाम मुझे देना है, इधर इधर फॉर द गवर्नमेंट एग्जामिनेशन यूपीएससी एंड लाइक दीज एग्जाम्स, एंड देन इधर कैट और स्नैप, एंड देन हम नए नए उसमें जाएंगे कॉलेजेस में, तो वी मीट द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ द क्राउड्स, वी मीट द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ द पीपल। एंड बिकॉज अगर 12th के बाद मैंने एडमिशन ले लिया, इट्स एक्चुअली इजी टू गेट द एडमिशन आफ्टर 12th एंड फॉर द
Mhm.
आईपीएमएट प्रोग्राम। एंड उसके बाद कोई कंपटीशन है ही नहीं एक्चुअली, ठीक है, क्योंकि आपने अपने वहां
That's
पे
right.
सिक्योर हो गया आपका एडमिशन, कि आप 5 years बस यहीं
Hmm.
पे है, जो भी आप यहाँ यहीं से फॉर्म होके बाहर जाने वाला है। सो आई थिंक यस यू आर राइट, कि मतलब थोड़ा सा डाइवर्स बैकग्राउंड होगा तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा रादर देन वो ग्रुप। और आई थिंक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आफ्टर द 5 years और 6 years जब बहुत सारे बैचेस आई एम फॉर्म हो जाएंगे, तो वो उनका प्लेसमेंट सिनेरियो अफेक्ट करेगा इस चीज से, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स का जो लर्निंग है वो कहीं ना कहीं अफेक्ट होने वाला है इन सब चीजों से।
Correct.
एनीवेज,
That is
एनी
true.
है ना, वी विल सी
I think
व्हाट
the
द सिनेरियो।
business acumen is something which lags, right? Because you said that आपने बोला, right? वो 3-5 साल you are working, you are studying there. So what happens is you have not seen how the business operates. You have not seen any time that what what it is like working in a corporate, right? आपने कभी job नहीं किया, आपने कहीं टेक्निकल स्टडी नहीं किया, तो आपको ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि व्हाट इज से very very basic engineering terms or very basic financial terms. You will not have very knowledge about them, right? Because you have never thought about it, you have never interacted with it. So even your peers who are from the same batch doesn't have diverse background. कोई
एक्चुअली
engineering का है, कोई वो सब BBA वाले ही है, so your learning is very much limited. Plus there is no diversity. So you always lack a technical side understanding.
So, one last question, Utsav, because you shared your experience, you shared your opinion. It's a very good and it's very beneficial for the upcoming students. So, the last
Mhm.
question, what would you like suggest to the students who are going to appear in the interview process, either in IIMs or non-IIMs
Mhm.
colleges?
Sure, sure. I think that's a very tricky question, but I think some of the things that I kept in mind, right, while going for the interview was firstly was honesty, right? You can't bluff in your interviews, because the people who are sitting on the opposite side have passed through this stage. They know how things work. They have seen lots of people in their lives, and bluffing will not get you anywhere, right? Even if you are not caught, some or the other time in next, in those 30 minutes you will be caught, right? So try to be as honest as possible in the interviews. The second thing that I want people to understand is that, you know, it's okay that you don't know answers to certain questions they ask, right? It's okay to say that I'm really sorry, sir, but I'm not aware of this, but I'll keep myself updated about this once I go back and read about it, right? So you need to acknowledge that certain things you will not know, certain things they will ask to intimidate you, right? Just to understand how you behave in pressure situations. So at that point of time, the one thing that you can do is you should not panic, right? You should step back and understand that, yeah, I don't know this, and you can move on to the next part of the interview, right? So don't let your confidence being affected by this kind of tricky questions that are thrown at you to, uh, to degrade your morale, right? You should always be confident in you speak whatever you say, right? And the last thing that I want, students to understand is this is not the end of the world, right? So if one interview doesn't go well, according to you, right, according to you it might not have gone well, but according to the interviewers, you would have aced it, right? Because you have faced such pressure situations in interviews, and the way you reacted, they really liked your confidence, the way you approach the problems, right? So it's very interesting to understand that not your opinions and interviewer's opinion will match every time. That is first. And even if your interview doesn't go well, it's not the end of the world. You have the whole life in front of you, right? So you don't need to worry about your life being affected by one interview. So that would be my advice to all the students.
Because अच्छा क्या होता है ना, many times a student okay got the call from the IIMs and not able to convert it. तो उनको ऐसा लगता है कि
Mm-hmm.
सब कुछ खत्म हो गया है। इवन दो आई फेस्ड मेनी ऑफ द
Mm-hmm.
स्टूडेंट्स जो लिटरली बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे क्राई करते हैं, लिटरली मतलब ब्रेक डाउन हो जाते
Mm-hmm.
हैं एंड दे आर नॉट एबल टू परफॉर्म गुड इन अदर अदर इंटरव्यूज। सो इट्स ओके, IIMs आर द लाइक बेस्ट ऑप्शंस, बट IIM से सब कुछ नहीं है, ये भी एक चीज है। देर आर लाइक मेनी अदर कॉलेजेस जहाँ पे आप अपना फ्यूचर सिक्योर कर सकते हो, अच्छे से लर्निंग सीख सकते हो। एंड एज यू अर्लियर मेंशन कि colleges, B schools are not the placement factory basically. द इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज दैट कि आप क्या सीख रहे हो वहाँ पे, उसका फ्यूचर क्या है, आप किस स्पेशलाइजेशन में जा रहे हो। एंड वन आप अपना ओपिनियन, करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, स्टूडेंट्स समटाइम्स कॉलेजेस को इसलिए चूज कर लेते हैं क्योंकि वो कॉलेज अच्छा है, जबकि उसको उस स्पेशलाइजेशन में इतना एक्सपीरियंस मतलब इंटरेस्ट नहीं
Interest
होता
नहीं है.
बेसिकली। तो जैसे मान लो मुझे
Mm-hmm.
ऐसा मिल रहा है कि MDI में मुझे HR मिल रहा है, एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड इफ आई एम गेटिंग द SIBM पुणे और SCM HRD में फाइनेंस मार्केटिंग में जा रहे हैं, तो स्टूडेंट्स को
Mm-hmm.
थॉट के ओके MDI इज लाइक बेस्ट ऑप्शन, ठीक है HR में जाते हैं। तो आई थिंक उनको वो
Mm-hmm.
नहीं करना चाहिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली डाउन द 5 years ऑफ द लाइन मैटर ये करता है कि आपने अपने इंटरेस्ट एरिया में आपने स्पेशल मतलब मास्टर्स किया है, and उसी में आप
क्या
जाके
किया,
अच्छा
right?
परफॉर्म कर सकते हो। बिकॉज इफ यू हैव डन जस्ट HR just due to the name of the MDI Gurgaon, I think it's not a good thing, right? What's up?
Yeah. That's a very, very right point pointed out. So I have seen some of my friends जिन्होंने ऐसा किया था, right?
Mhm.
And my sense is कि अगर आप कोई decision ले रहे हो अभी at this point of time in your career, it is going, you have to live with it forever, right? तो
Yes.
अगर आपको जो चीज पसंद ही नहीं है, अगर आप वो करना चाहते हो, तो उसका कोई सेंस ही नहीं बनता है, क्योंकि आपको पूरी लाइफ नेक्स्ट 70-80 years यू हैव टू लिव विथ इट, राइट? और आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते। उसकी बजाय यू कैन स्टेप बैक एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट यार व्हाट विल मेक मी हैप्पी, and I should go for that even if that results into going into another college which is not as good as the first one, right? But if you are getting what you are if what you are liking, I think nothing better than that, because मैंने काफी लोग देखे हैं जो चूज करते हैं दूसरे कॉलेजेस इफ दे आर गोइंग गेटिंग HR और सम अदर स्पेशलाइजेशन, जैसे नीटी में सप्लाई चेन होता है, इफ आई एम नॉट
हम्म।
रॉन्ग, राइट?
हाँ हाँ, यस यस।
तो कुछ लोगों का कन्वर्ट होता है, बट दे थिंक दैट सप्लाई चेन इज नॉट द प्लेस दे वांट टू बी, राइट? दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन HR और दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन जनरल मैनेजमेंट और समथिंग, राइट? तो उसी तरह से इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि आपको ये डिसाइड नहीं करना है कि यहाँ पे मिल रहा है तो मैं ले लेता हूँ। यू हैव योर ओन चॉइस, राइट? कि मुझे यही करना है लाइफ में, ये मेरा इंटरेस्ट है, तो मैं उसी तरीके से कॉलेज चूज करूंगा या करूंगी। So it's up to you. And one more thing that you said and I want to highlight here is that कि आप मतलब you can cry, right? If you can't crack a interview or something, but important ये है कि interviews are like, in my case also, if I give you an example, it may happen कि यार नहीं हो सकता था या नहीं हुआ, so that is like, it is a blessings in disguise, right? You go back again, you if possible you work somewhere, get some experience, and also prepare simultaneously for CAT next year, और फिर next year आपका हो जाए. So nothing of your hard work that you have put into, prepare for CAT goes into waste, right? आपको नेक्स्ट साल या 2 साल या कहीं ना कहीं तो वो नॉलेज 100% काम लगेगा ही लगेगा. And it's not necessary that you need to be from IIM ABC to be a CEO or CFO or something, right? I've seen people from other colleges as well who rise to their level. So it's all about your talent and your hard work rather than, obviously college plays a part, which I would not say deny कि उसका part नहीं है, but it would be 10-12%, right? बाकी का तो आपका talent और hard work है, right? So that is my thoughts on this. And I've seen people who are from IIM Bangalore or ABC and have not risen to that level because they might not have good talent or skills, right? तो ये भी possible है. So it's not like a good college will guarantee you a very good career. It's all about your talent and hard work that will take you places.
बिकॉज समटाइम्स क्या होता है ना, एज अ सोसाइटी, मतलब कुछ पीपल हैं जो मीट नहीं कर रहे हैं एक्सपेक्टेशंस को. प्रॉब्लम इज दैट आई थिंक इन द IIMs और IITs, लाइक जिनको गवर्नमेंट थोड़ा ऑन करती है, द रिजर्वेशन प्रॉब्लम समटाइम्स. I'm not like I'm not here to discuss ki reservation is beneficial or not, but sometimes if a student is getting 95, 98, 99 percentile and is secured the admission in IIM Bangalore, on the other hand a student belong from the reserve category and on the 60, 65 percentile he or she is securing the admission, तो वहाँ पे कंपटीशन में थोड़ा चेंज आएगा. ठीक है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली कंपटीशन 95, 98 वाला स्टूडेंट ऑब्वियसली अपर साइड में रहेगा. बट ठीक है, एनीवेज दिस इज नॉट द
No, no,
प्लेटफॉर्म
I one thing I want to point out here, Rakhi, is that students, always try to discuss this and all, right? But it's a fact, right? Whatever is there, it is there, right? It is not going to change. You don't have any control about it. और जिस
एक्चुअली.
चीज पे आपका कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है,
हाँ,
उसको
एग्जैक्टली.
डिस्कस करके या उसके ऊपर कुछ बोल बोल के कोई no benefit, right? Students don't
हाँ,
get, just your aim should be, okay, मेरे को जितने सीट्स अवेलेबल है मुझे उसमें एडमिशन है, that's it.
दैट्स इट.
Don't think
यस.
about anything else, right?
हाँ, बिकॉज समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हैं ना, मेरा सिलेक्शन सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं हुआ क्योंकि मैं जनरल कैटेगरी से. तो ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Yeah,
इट्स
if you
नॉट
have talent and skills, you will
एग्जैक्टली.
get into it, right? So
डेफिनेटली.
don't, you should not look at it as, सब कुछ लोग बोलते हैं 50% रिजर्वेशन है, 500 सीट्स है तो 250 तो वहाँ. So I just say that, you just focus on assuming that there are only 250 seats in the in the
एग्जैक्टली.
in the college, right? And then you crack it, right? You didn't need to think कि 500 थे और 250 चले गए. That's not none of your business, right?
Exactly. Yes. So I think, Utsav, you shared your experience. You shared a lot of things. It will be definitely beneficial for the students. And thank you so much for giving the time, because I know you are working and like working के साथ साथ बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं and life में schedule बहुत busy है, because इसको मैं बहुत अच्छे से जान सकती हूँ कि आपका schedule में से थोड़ा सा time find out करना for like helping the students, for helping the people. So it's very, very hard to, but you did. Thank you so much. Thank you, Utsav, and thank you
Thank you,
coming on this
Raki.
platform. Yeah.
Thank you
Okay,
so
Utsav.
much, and all the best to all the students. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Yeah, same to you. Bye bye.